Mandy here. Thanks so much for joining me. I have got a must-try card design. It's a unique card design in the way it's been made, and it's fantastic. It is a stepper card with a treat box attached, but the treat box isn't made separate and glued on. Oh no, this has been designed so you can make it all from one sheet. Okay, one sheet of A4. If you're a letter size user, you'll need to use a 12 by 12 and cut it to 11 3/4 by 8 1/4, which is our A4 size. This is not my design. This unique design is the brainchild of Sue Boo, who is a mathematical genius. Now, I know Sue personally. She used to be part of my Stampin' Up team, and she is an extremely clever lady, very underrated. Go and check out her YouTube. She's got lots and lots of unique things on there. A lot of the designs she does in her own measurements because, like I say, she's a mathematical whiz. So, stunning stepper card, treat box. Put your treats in. It holds a chocolate bar, full length chocolate bar, because it's 6 inches, or individual treats, or you could add pens, pencils, whatever will fit in there, you can put in there. It's beautiful, and it folds flat. You'd need to make a 6 by 6 card box. There's 1,000,001 tutorials on that on YouTube. It's just got a 1/2 inch dimension, but it's absolutely stunning. I've decorated mine very simply using one of my digital collections. I'm not going to go on about that. It's not about my collections. It's about the card. And I've just really had fun decorating it. I've added some glossy accents to the little gingerbread girl there, on the icing on their face and the dress, and a swirl on the lollipop. And I just think it's a fantastic idea. So I had to try it and I had to share. So get yourself a sheet of paper and let's create this card together. I will leave the links below to Sue Boo's YouTube channel. Go and subscribe, go through her videos and get some fantastic inspiration. Like I say, mathematical genius. Sadly, I'm not, but I'll do my best to show you how I made this card. Okay, off we go. So put your cardstock with the long side facing up, which is the 11 3/4 inch side. And we're going to start scoring. So the first score is at 1/2 inch. Then 1 1/8. 2 3/4. 3 3/8. So I'll repeat that. 1/2 inch, 1 1/8. 2 3/4, 3 3/8. And you want to turn it so that the short side's on the top, which is 8 1/4 inches. And we're going to score top to bottom at 1/2 inch and 1 1/8. And then just for ease, we're going to turn it all the way so that the score lines are there. We're scoring at the opposite side to what we've just done. And it's the same measurements. 1/2 inch. Oops, I've gone off there. 1/2 inch. Slipped. And 1 1/8. Okay. And that is that. So now we're going to just do some cutting. Okay. So the first thing you want to do is where we've got these 2 scores at either side, up to where the little boxes start, we don't need those. Now Sue's done hers different, and she doesn't. I've just extended that score line all the way rather than changing the direction of how I do something. Sue does it differently. She does all of this on her scoreboard, all the cutting, everything. So if you're confident at doing that, go and check out her tutorial. Okay, I'm using scissors to cut this bit away. Okay, and then we're just going to cut it away up to where the little boxes or rectangles start. Okay, and we're going to do the same on the other side. So I'm just going to snip there and then cut up this length, cutting away both of those so we've got almost like a large T shape. okay, like so. Now when you're constructing the card, this is going to be on your right. So we're going to start and cut away to make the flaps for the box. So at the bottom, at either side, you've got little boxes. On the very far right, you've got two smaller ones. Just cut those away, you don't need them. So cut them away at the bottom and then cut them away at the other side. Those are surplus to requirements. Okay, so with it facing you right again, so now you'll see you've got little rectangle, long rectangle, little. So to the right side of this one, we're going to cut up to the second score line, which releases these two little rectangles. I've not cut that perfectly straight. Let's try it again. Okay, and then the bottom one we're going to remove. We don't need it. Okay, I'm going to change to smaller scissors, and then we're just going to notch. Okay, let me just adjust that because I can see the scar line with the bright filming lights. It's difficult, so make sure you can't see any of the scar lines. Then long rectangle. When we come to this scar line, cut up to the second scar line. Remove the bottom one again. Okay, make sure you can't see any scar line on these long ones because they're going to be flaps. Notch, notch, and notch. And a notch just means we're taking a sliver off of each side at an angle so that we've got almost like a triangle shape, but not too deep. Okay, then we're going to turn it around and we're going to do exactly the same. So all the way up to the second scar line, remove the first one, notch and notch. Let me just give that a snip and get rid of that scar line. Same here, up to the scar line, remove that one, notch and notch. And I'm just checking that I don't have any scar line left on there, which I do, so I'm just going to carefully trim it off so it's nice and neat and tidy. So then you've got this. Now this next section I'm doing in a completely different way to Sue, because she's the mathematical genius that she is. She can do all of this part on her trimmer. So if you're confident at doing that, go and check hers out. It's a kind of an easier way of doing it, but I'm not confident at doing it that way because I'm not a mathematical. You don't have to be a mathematical genius to do it, just because Sue is. She shows you very simply. I just can't do it. So with all of this palaver on your right hand side, with all of the flaps tucked in so you've got a straight edge, put it in your scoreboard. Right, this is where you need to pay attention. Okay, because this is the stepper part. So the first score is at 1.5 inches. 1.5. So start scoring at 1.5, go down to about 1 and then stop. Okay, unless you're a seasoned card maker and you know how to judge your scoreboard. What I'm going to do is I'm putting my ruler to the 2-inch mark. Okay, let's do it that way, to the 2-inch mark. And I'm going to make a pencil mark at 1.5 inches. Okay, now I know where I need to stop scoring. So we're going 1.5 and we're scoring down to 2 and then we're stopping. Okay, so 1.5 down to 2, stop. On the next one, we're going across to 2 3/4. Again, I'm going to start scoring. I'm going to bring my ruler in, and I believe we're going down to the 4-inch. So I'm putting my ruler on the 4-inch, making sure it's straight. I'm going to make a mark at 2 3/4 so that I know where to stop scoring. Okay, so 2 3/4 again. I'm going to stop there. Okay, let me draw a pencil mark so you can see it. So 2 3/4 down to 4 inches and stop. Then we're going to go across to 4. Okay, now I'm going to so this is really for newbies, okay, to help you. So go to the 4-inch mark, okay, and do what I call a ghost score. So you're looking for that track, but you're not actually pressing on and scoring till you get to the bottom. When you get to the bottom, make a dent. And then you know you've got the 4-inch mark. I'm not actually quite on it. It's that one. Okay, go to the 4-inch and make an indent in the bottom. Okay, then we are going up now to 2. So the 2-inch mark's here again. Okay, so put my ruler back in the 2-inch mark. Let me go that way. Back into the 2-inch mark. It looks complicated, but when you're doing it, it's not. Go to 4, make a mark. Okay, and it should line up with this one here because we did the same. All right, so now go down to the bottom where you made your dent for 4 and you're scoring up. Okay, so we're scoring up. Let me just grease my ball tool. It can be tricky scoring up, but if you just go slow and add pressure, you should be fine. And we're stopping where that little mark is. Okay, let me put a pencil mark in so you can see it. Okay, now we're going across to 5 1/4. So 5 1/4. Okay, and here we're going to go down to the 4-inch mark again. So again, 5 1/4, I'm going to put my ruler in to help me. I'm going to do a ghost score, which means I'm scoring, but I'm not adding pressure, so that I can find where that bottom 5 1/4 is, and I'm making an indent. Okay, then we're going to the, where are we going to? 4 inches. So again, you'll see it's the same as here. So up to 4 inches. So if you're confident at scoring up without using this ruler here, okay, let me just turn it that way, then you can. But if you're a new crafter, let me just check. Yeah, up to the 4-inch mark. So 5 1/4 there. Okay. So then I'm going to go where I've made my indent and I'm going to score up to the 4-inch mark. Let me add a pencil mark. Okay. So now what you want to do is this line joins to this line and this line joins to this line. It's easy to see which line joins together because they're at the same height or depth. They're straight across from each other. So this one goes onto this one. Yeah, and this one goes onto this one. Okay, then what we're going to do is we are going to cut along just these lines here. Okay, so take it out of your scoreboard. I'm using a non-slip ruler. It's got like a rubber backing, so it's not going to slip. I'm putting the point of my blade into where that score line starts. Then I put my ruler up against it, get it straight, and cut, stopping at there. Okay, and the same again here. Blade into the bottom point. I'm over explaining it in case there's new people. Just in case you wondered. Okay, to there. So now we've made 2 slits in the card. Starting from the far left, this score line here is we're pushing into a mountain. This one we're going to push down into a valley. So valleys go down and mountains go up. Okay, then coming down to the next road, this one is a mountain. This one is a valley. And it'll start and fold. You can see it's folding itself. Mountain, valley. Okay, and that's how you're creating your steps. So now you can just fold that. Okay, and burnish it. Where's my burnishing tool? Disappeared, as always. Give it a really good crease. Okay, turn it over, crease the other side. And that's your stepper section done. So now with the box section, what you can do is just round these little corners, okay? Just this top bit, just round them. I'm not going to do it because it'll take extra time on the video. Fold and burnish all of those score lines. if you round the corners on these little things, what it does is it stops them getting all, you know, messed up when you're going in and out, and it just makes it easier. Okay, that's the reason we do it. So we're folding all of these score lines in. Okay. Okay, open it back out. So this bottom score line, fold it in, and this is where you either glue or add tape. I'm using tape because it's quicker and my tape's too narrow. So this is 1/2 inch, so you want either 1/4 inch or 3/8 of an inch tape. I don't have any left, so I'm using this skinny. This is too thin, really. Okay, I'm going to burnish my tape to make sure it's stuck down. That makes it easier for me to peel the backing off. If you ever struggle to get the backing off, you know, and it starts pulling at the card, you need to burnish your tape. It will make your life a darn sight easier. Then remove that, okay, and then you'll see where you've got this 1/2 inch here. Okay, so you need to fold that 1/2 inch flat back to the desk, put your fingers on it, fold your box over, okay, and press straight. Then when you pop it up, the other 1/2 inch is there, okay, and then you just literally have got your little box. Mine's not perfect because I've not rounded those corners. I'm just going to notch them. I'm just going to gently notch mine so that they fold in. Okay. If you've got a small corner rounder, Sue used her envelope punch board, then I do suggest you round these corners. Okay, I'm just going to gently notch them. Okay, so once you've figured that out, this card will take you literally minutes to make. I've took longer because I've been explaining the whys and the wherefores, and I've done it in a way where you don't have to just use your trimmer to do all of the cutting. I do urge you to go and check out Sue's video. She does give you all the matting layers. So what I've done is I'll give you some matting tips. If you look at mine, okay, what you can do is you can measure these as separate elements. So that is 1 square. That's another. So you don't have to cut a funky, you know, thinking how am I going to mat that funky shape. Treat that as another one, and that as another one. Okay. Oh, yeah. So you're treating them as separate panels. And then when you go in here, you're treating these as separate panels, okay, that mirror there. So there's a panel, yeah, there's a panel, and there's a panel. Oh, my card's ugly as sin, all right? But, you know, once you've layered your paper, and I've done spotter, decorated, spotter, and then I've done spotter on the inner steps, then I've gone patterned, spotter, patterned. So just alternate them, and it looks super cool when you've done. Give it a try. It's a fantastic card to master. You can make it over and over again for any occasion. I hope that that's helped. Take care, and I'll see you soon. Don't forget to go and visit Sue. Bye.